If you're waiting to feel motivated to change your body or your finances, your career, your life, your health, whatever it may be, you're going to be waiting a long time. Motivation did not build my body. It didn't build my business that I've been running for the last 10 years. It didn't earn me my purple belt in Jiu Jitsu, which I've been doing for the last 6 years, and eventually brown belt, black belt, and so on. It's not carrying me into triathlon training. I have my first Ironman coming up. It didn't help me get started in investing, paying off debt, anything financially related, right? Discipline did. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and it goes. And discipline is not just a to-do list where you're writing things down every day. I got to do this. I got to be more disciplined. I'm telling you right now, it's an identity shift. Building discipline is not about letting go of carbs, letting go of sugar, letting go of alcohol or bad habits or accumulating debt, skipping workouts. It's truly about letting go of who you used to be. Listen to me, man. I've lost over 100 pounds. I was the fat kid my entire life, okay? I became a fitness coach when I was 18 years old. I always knew I was going to become a fitness coach, start my own business. I did it from 18. I'm 28 now. I've had that business running now for 10 years successfully. I've helped 2,500 people plus in that time, both in person and online. I've competed in 7 bodybuilding shows. Like I mentioned, I've earned a purple belt in Jiu Jitsu. I've paid off debt. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars in my online business. I've been able to invest, help other people through health and fitness coaching, being able to help other people financially as well. None of these things happened because I just felt inspired or motivated. It happened because I stopped just negotiating with myself and I became a disciplined person. In today's video, I have 4 pillars for you that's going to help you become a disciplined person. Before I go any further, I just want to say welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. It means the absolute world to me. Guys, in this channel, I have lots of day trading watch lists. I do day trading. So that's another thing I wanted to mention as well is I have been day trading full time for the last 3 years. Long-term investing, swing trading, just being involved with the market really for the last 4 years, but day trading the last 3 years to eventually become a true full-time day trader and have my income from day trading, investing in general, surpass my business income as well. And it all started just from a passion. I was just interested in doing it. But enough of that, another time. We can talk about that later. I just want to say welcome to the channel if you're new. I know these types of videos brings new eyes to the channel. Seriously, guys, I'm just another guy, 28 years old. I'm not Superman. I'm not God. I'm just another dude who has figured out discipline, became disciplined, and discipline has changed my life, hands down. Becoming a disciplined person. I was a fat kid my whole life. I felt like shit about myself. I accumulated debt. I did all the wrong things, and discipline fixed it all. And I just want to put a video out there, this video here, to show you how it changed my life and the 4 biggest things that you need to know when becoming a disciplined person, what you need to know in order to change your life forever via discipline. So I just want to make that super clear and that I'm still on this journey. I haven't made it. I haven't figured it all out, but discipline will continue to be the most important thing in my life and help me build and accomplish everything that I want to accomplish. So sit back, relax. I love Star Wars as well. Love Battlefront. If you play Battlefront, drop a comment below. Let me know. Maybe drop your gamer tag. Maybe we can play some Supremacy or something like that. But sit back, relax, listen to the video, take some notes. And if you guys enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. It means the absolute world to me. But without further ado, let's hop into pillar number 1. All right, guys. Pillar number 1 is discipline is identity. It's who you are as a person. It's not emotional, all right? We talk about this, in the intro, right? It's not letting go of carbs or bad habits, certain things. It's letting go of who you used to be. And that was hands down the most transformative part of my entire journey. What really made discipline stick with me forever was realizing that it's just who I'm going to be as a person. And growing up, high school, adolescence, whatever, even the early years of my adulthood, I just was not a disciplined person. I made undisciplined choices. I made promises to myself about maybe getting workouts in, paying down a credit card, investing, learning a skill, building my business in a certain way. and not following through with it completely, right? I was way too emotional as a man, to be honest with you guys, right? And that's the biggest like contrast I want you to see. Motivation is emotional, discipline is structural, okay? Your motivation is going to change day to day, but identity, who you are as a person, doesn't. And I can take you back to the first day where this really changed for me. And this is probably going to be a separate video, but it's like these core principles that I live by, and I have 5 of them. And one of them, which is just relevant for today's video, is do what you don't want to do. And I remember it was like 2018. I was sitting at my place and on my coffee table, actually, and I had a notebook out, and it was the beginning of the year, January. And I was starting like what would have become the 100-pound weight loss journey that I accomplished that year. And I was like thinking about, okay, what do I want to accomplish this year? How do I want to change my life? Because I didn't like where I was at. And the number one thing I just wrote down, and I'll never forget it, was just do what you don't want to do. And if you don't want to do something, that's now your reason why you have to do it. That literally changed my life. Like, it's written on my whiteboard today. It has been up there for years. It's something I talk about all the time, something I write down. Do what you don't want to do. It could be something as small as like getting up and, throwing something out, a piece of trash that's on the counter, right? To bigger things like getting to the gym 5 times this week, right? Paying down a credit card you've been avoiding, learning about investing, something that you've been putting off, calling someone, right? Having a phone call that you've been putting off, right? That's what building discipline looks like, right? It's not waking up and asking, do I feel like it? It's just something you decide on a daily basis. I am someone who trains. I'm someone who keeps my words. I'm someone who, handles my business. I'm someone who does what you say you're going to do, right? And a lot of those things, guys, is going to be things you don't want to do. They're going to be things that you don't want to do when you don't want to do them, when it's inconvenient, when it doesn't feel good. Bottom line, if you're just negotiating with yourself every morning, every day with little tasks, you just haven't made the identity shift yet. And that's okay. Here's what I want to tell you. You're going to lose battles. You're going to win battles. But ultimately, you're going to win the war. That year in 2018, it wasn't like I just flipped a switch and, okay, I eventually just started doing every single thing I didn't want to do. There was absolutely things I didn't want to do, and I still skipped it. But the key theme was, and why I can say this today as a disciplined person, is because I ultimately won the war. I won more battles than I lost. For every battle that I lost, I won 5 of them. For every one time that I had something I needed to do, said I was going to do it, but then didn't do it, I had 5 times where I said there was things I needed to do and still did it. And eventually it becomes where I'm at now. This is 8 years later as a very disciplined person. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Now, this does not mean I am perfect, guys. I said that earlier. I make mistakes. I might put things off till later, but ultimately I get what I need to get done. And that has carried over in my career, showing up in relationships, paying down debts, learning about investing, and everything that's come with day trading. Becoming a day trader is all about discipline. If there's anyone out there watching this video, you are trying to become a day trader, if you haven't learned yet, you're going to learn quickly how much it is about pure discipline. And I'm carrying that discipline into everything I do, from my training to my jiu-jitsu, to coaching my clients, to running my business, to handling my finances, and now becoming an Ironman. So that is pillar number 1. It is an identity change, guys. And I want you to see that first. Mindset is the most important thing. And as soon as you look at it from the perspective of, it's not just like something you're feeling that day, it's a decision that you make about who you are as a person, is the moment that your discipline will change forever. All right. So pillar number 2 that I have for you is building structure that you don't break, right? That is going to help you build discipline. You have to have structure. Like, this is hard for a lot of people to do. I get it. Like, life can get really chaotic between career, relationships, all of our own vices, like, I completely understand. I'm human. I do those things too. I've had my own vices. I want to make that very, very clear. But you have to build structure, okay? If you're trying to get fit, there needs to be a training schedule, right? If you need to hire a coach, listen, I'm a coach. Obviously, I'm going to say that, but I've also helped so many people. You invest in a coach, you learn structure, you learn how to train properly, you learn how to eat properly, you learn how to set up your routine properly. Boom, you're set for life. You don't need a coach forever, okay? Fixed work blocks, right? Say you're working on a business or working in your career. What are your work hours and what are your non-work hours? fix financial systems. We talked about that in my fixing your credit video, right? Having auto pay on, having a budget set, bookkeeping. And guys, like having systems is not about being a freaking robot. It's not about being AI and executing everything perfectly to a T. That's ridiculous. We're humans. It's not about being perfect. It's just, or obsessive. It's about just being repeatable. So a training schedule, an eating schedule, a bedtime and wake up time, financial systems, when you're paying bills, how you're doing your bookkeeping, right? Knowing, especially if you guys are trying to build up financially, like you do need to be a little bit obsessive over things like bookkeeping and tracking every dollar and try to stretch your dollar's purpose. That's going to help you in the beginning. Once you guys are making more money and you're able to invest more freely, maybe not as much debt weighing you down, you can have a little bit more flexibility in your bookkeeping and so on, right? But early on, routines, where it comes for sleep, hydration, meals, training, finances, you have to build structure and they need to be repeatable, okay? When you have discipline in these things, it removes that daily debate of, should I work out today? Should I not? Should I eat healthy today or should I not, right? And I'll tell you right now, I'm being fully real with you guys, when your identity changes to a healthy person, to a financially free person, a financially well-off person, you don't really think like that anymore. Healthy eating, if you call it, or working out consistently, if you want to call it that, you don't look at it that way anymore. It's just doing what you do because it's who you are as a person, okay? Another really important thing about having structure is so that you have something to fall back onto and snap back to anytime you have travel. Maybe a bad week or 2 bad weeks or a bad month or things are just off. Maybe there's a family crisis, emergency in the family. Travel for work, holiday, vacation. This way you are not starting over, you just return, right? You're not starting over from scratch. I got to start eating healthy again. I got to get back to the gym. I'm behind on bills. I got to catch up again. When you guys have structure in place and you're executing that structure with discipline and that identity change, this no longer becomes a thing in your life, guys. You just snap back to normal life, to that identity that you've built. This is why building discipline is so important, because it gives you freedom in these things. It gives you freedom in your work to play schedule. It gives you freedom in your saving and investing to play money. It gives you freedom in your routine when it's time to get shit done and when it's time to do whatever you want, like play Star Wars Battlefront. Discipline is going to give you freedom. I'm sure you've heard that before. I know Jocko, Wilnick is a really big component of saying these types of things. So it shouldn't be something you're unfamiliar with. Maybe this is just a friendly reminder. But building discipline with structure gives you the ultimate hack to return to something rather than starting fresh every single time. All right, guys, pillar number 3, hands down my favorite one, delayed gratification. And what I want to tell you is that delayed gratification, it just pays forever. It's like a dividend that just keeps growing, keeps paying, multiplying, and so on, okay? Delayed gratification was one of the biggest things that helped me lose 100 pounds. And I practiced this on small time frames, like daily, weekly, and then also on larger time frames, like quarterly, yearly, things like that, right? So when I lost 100 pounds, I really had to master delayed gratification. I wanted to eat bad foods, bad meals, and I hate to say the word bad. Let's just call them, less nutrient-dense meals, pizza and fries and ice cream and candy and cookies and brownies, things like that. Like, I would do that. I would have delayed gratification on a small time frame by, hey, I'm not going to eat these foods. I'm not going to have an indulgence until I make progress first, until I hit a milestone first. So when I lost 100 pounds, I started at 286 pounds. I told myself, I love pizza, I love cookies, brownies, I love Dairy Queen, shit like that, right? I can go until I hit at least 275, or 2 to 3 weeks of consistency before I reward myself. Boom. And I did that over and over, right? When I got down to 275, great. Let's have the next indulgence after I break out of the 270s. When I hit 265, 260, and so on, okay? And now I do this on a weekly basis. My weekly routine when it comes to my food, my meals, my macros, things like that. I use weekdays, including Sunday, for a strong routine, hitting macros, hitting meals, staying routine, staying disciplined, staying consistent. And I save my indulgences for like Friday nights, Saturday nights, things like that. Usually that incorporates hanging out with friends, maybe seeing family, spending time with my fiance, things like that. So I earn these things. I earn them through hitting all my training during the week, hitting my macros, hitting my meals, things like that, okay? Having that delayed gratification not only does it help you get better results because you're able to put things off until the results are achieved first. And guys, having an indulgence is not going to wipe away the results. Let's get real here. But number two, I enjoy them so much more. When it's a Friday night or Saturday night, I finally sit down for that meal with my fiance, whoever, and maybe we go out for pizza, we have Italian food. It tastes so much better after a week full of work. Okay, that has really changed my perspective on it. Okay, next thing too. Okay, skipping that comfort and how it helped me lose 100 pounds. It trained my brain to have a better reward system. I earn my indulgences. I earn my freedom. I earn my rewards. This has carried over into trading. This has carried over into my financial life, paying off debts, being disciplined with that. I really did start with my health. So if you guys are struggling maybe financially, focus on taking care of your health and what you're eating, your exercise, and so on first, and watch that discipline carry over. It carried over into my jiu-jitsu training and earning my purple belt, right? Showing up when I'm tired is what's earned me my purple belt. There's plenty of days where I didn't want to go train. I didn't want to show up. Same thing with training, right? Same thing with consistency in business, having delayed gratification in business, not inflating my lifestyle when I started making more money quickly. And that consistency allowed me to build a decade-long plus and going business, okay? And lastly, like I just said, paying debt. I want, instead of buying something now that's going to gratify me now, paying off any debt, paying down a credit card, paying off a loan, whatever it may be, a loan, paying someone back that I owe money to, that allowed me to have more freedom financially, okay? And investing instead of flexing. Like, I have been in this position. I have bought things to try to impress other people 100 million%. Learning to delay that gratification and invest first has shifted my reward system in my brain and has paid me back over and over and over, all right? Most people, like, they just want the reward, I get it, without respecting the timeline of what it takes to earn it. And when you start earning your rewards, earning your indulgences, earning your freedom from the financial discipline, it makes a huge, huge difference. All right, gang, the last pillar I want to go over is that discipline builds self-trust. And self-trust, it builds confidence. Like, I know you're watching this video and you have struggled. You're either struggling with confidence right now or you struggled with it early in your life. I mean, that was me as long as I can remember. I was overweight. I was the fat kid. I had this really bad acne, like chest acne, acne on my upper back, like in middle school and high school. And it killed my confidence. I was really pale because of it, because then I didn't take my shirt off anywhere, like literally anywhere, gym class. I'd get, dressed in the locker room, things like that. And I've overcome all of that. And I've done 7 bodybuilding shows, right? Getting up on stage in a thong, not even the men's physique stuff with the shorts, the full blown thong, right? Like, I've done half naked photo shoots, like for bodybuilding, of course. But the point is, like, I've overcome that. But it came from discipline, right? I became a disciplined person, starting by losing that 100 pounds. That transformed my life financially. Obviously, the discipline paid off in relationships, with communication, and so on. But it built game-changing, life-changing confidence. When I said I was going to train, I trained. When I said I was going to go for walks, I went for walks. When I said I was going to eat certain things, I was going to eat certain things and follow a certain plan, follow a certain schedule. When I said I was going to work and what work I was going to do, I did the work. That's how I was able to be an entrepreneur for the last 10 years, right? When I said I was going to save money and pay off debts and meet deadlines for financial reasons, right? I did those things. I saved. I paid off debts. I paid off stuff on time, right? When I started when I started my credit journey and rebuilding my credit, right? I built self-trust, all right? Confidence, it's not something that you show off and tell everyone about. It's just being a consistent person, right? When you guys make promises you make to yourself and you don't follow through with them, that's how you destroy your self-belief. That's how you destroy your self-trust, your self-confidence, everything. When you do make promises to yourself, little or big, and you do fulfill those promises, that's how you build confidence as a man. And I want every single guy who's listening to this to do that. Start with little promises. Hey, I'm going to go to the gym today. Just fucking go to the gym that one day. I'm telling you, that will start to build your confidence. And if you guys are going to build discipline, you need to build self-trust. And if you're going to build self-trust, you need to build self-confidence, okay? It is not about being loud with your confidence and showing up. It's just about being consistent. That's going to wrap up the 4 pillars, guys. You don't need another motivational video. You don't need another motivational quote or any of that crap. You seriously just need to build structure that you refuse to break and give yourself chances. You're not going to watch this video and be perfect with it. It's not about, winning every single battle. It's about winning the war, okay? And you're going to have many battles in a war, as corny as that sounds. But you need to win more than you lose. Very similar to trading, right? You want to have a decent win rate. You want to make your winners bigger than your losses, right? It's the same thing there, okay? You need structure. You need to build structure, build routine, build consistency that you refuse to break. Discipline is not exciting. It's repetitive. It's boring. It's quiet, but it works and it pays you forever. So listen to me. I want to wrap up with this. If you guys want your dream body, your dream finances, your dream life, we all do. You're not going to get there without discipline. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Just start executing, guys. I want to leave you off with this, okay? It is not motivation first, then take action, then get results. It's take action no matter how you feel, right? Then the action gets you results, and then the results make you feel more motivated. Become a disciplined person, taking you all the way back to the start. It's a decision that you make. It's an identity change. Decide who you are, become a disciplined person, and move accordingly. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like, commenting, subscribing to the channel. It means the absolute world to me. Hope you guys have a great day. Become disciplined, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.